Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be setting up my planner for the month of July. So if this is your very first video, let me tell you a little bit about my planner. This is my Tom 90 planner. It's the one book that I use to help me to organize my entire life. I like to organize my life by the quarter, which is why it's called Tom 90, because it is a 90-day planner. I have 3 months of 4 different planners within this book, and I divide those 3 months into different sections of my life. We have my schedule planner, my to-do planner, my faith planner, and my budget planner. I also have a bunch of inserts in here, like my daily sheets, my habit tracker, my scripts, and my note pages in order to help me to keep everything organized. So we're gonna jump into setting this one up for the month of July. Before we do that, I do wanna show you exactly how I keep my planners, because I do get that question often. So many times you will ask me, how do I store my planners? And this is how I am currently keeping them. I have this planner cart here, and then I have the 4 planners that I am currently using at the very top in this bin, along with the inserts that I keep. I keep all of my inserts in this extra book that I created, and I basically will keep all of my daily sheets, my habit trackers, all of those things that I use to kind of support my planner in here. And then we have the 4 planners that I'm currently using here, and underneath here we also have some additional stickers and other things. So, and then at the bottom here I do have some notebooks and other stuff that I will use. But this is where I store it, and then I can just roll this around everywhere I go. And so it's easy to keep everything kind of compact and right next to my desk. So now let's do a flip through of my planner, and I'm going to be talking about what I used this month, what worked, what didn't, what I'm changing for the month of July. So the first thing is my table of contents, and I do believe that I'm going to stick to these 4 planners for the month of July. Sometimes I will switch back and forth. I might use 6 planners instead of 4, and whether I am using 6 or 4 usually depends on my overall work schedule. If I feel like I have a lot going on at work, most times I will reduce to 4 planners because I don't have time to set up 6. But if I do feel like I have extra time and there is a lot of things that I am trying to accomplish, especially with my YouTube channel, or if I have workshops and other stuff come up, I may add in a work planner, social media planner, a meetings planner, all into this mix if I feel like I need it. Right now we are going to stick to the 4. I do feel like this was working for me for the month of June, so we are going to keep it going for the month of July, which means I do not need to change my table of contents. The next section is my weekly hourly section. Now this is the section that I will use for my schedule. On my overview page, I keep up with all of my goals, and we have 5 different types of goals, 5 areas that I am paying attention to: my personal, my work, my faith, my money, and church. And I break down the different things that I would like to accomplish in each one of these areas on this sheet. Let's look at it really quick so I can check off the things that I did and possibly move over what I didn't complete. We did take this trip for Father's Day. My mom's birthday passed, and I threw my parents a 50th wedding anniversary party at my house. I'll pop in some pictures just so y'all could see. So all of this is done. On the work side though, I did not get to launch product budget bundle that I wanted to do, so we are going to have to move that over. I didn't get to send out the happy mail that I wanted to send out either. We did do these 2 though. So 2 out of 4 isn't too bad. I did do my Bible study. We did a 5-part series on money and organization. If you missed that Bible study, I will link it above. And so that is done. Now for paying down my debt, I'm not gonna put a complete X because it's almost like an asterisk. Because it wasn't $1,000 that I paid down. I ended up paying down $500. So I'm gonna just mark that off. So it's like halfway done. And then church, we have done these things. And so when I'm setting up July, I am going to move over these two. I can reflect back on it, but just to show you what June looked like, this is what my monthly spread looked like. And I will refer back to this just to see what meetings or appointments I have for the month. I love this monthly spread, and I really love these flowers. Looking at them all month was very, very nice. And after this, we do have my weekly pages. Now, I usually do floral themes with a lot of colorful boxes within this particular planner. I find that it makes it aesthetically pleasing. Also, it helps me to really pay attention to the different things that are coming up, which is why I love colorful boxes so much. So this was the very first week. Then we had the second week. I used my stickers. This was a sticker kit that I created a couple years ago, and I brought this one back out, but it was a summer sticker kit, and I didn't use any of the decorative stickers in this one. I just only used the headers and the colorful boxes. I also played around with writing down what I was going to post on Instagram at the bottom, but that didn't really work out. I didn't find myself using this one as much as I would use my to-do planner for social media, so I didn't write anything there. The next week, we went back to the florals along with the colorful boxes. Really love this spread. I love how colorful it is. So that's what I did that week. And then this week, I was out of town. So we went out of town for Father's Day. And as you can see, my planner definitely reflects the fact that I went out of town. I didn't have much going on and really kept it light. These stickers are from the same sticker kit from this week, because what I will usually do is keep my stickers at the very back, and I had these when I was already on the go. And so since I had them here and I had them when I was traveling, it's this sticker kit that I was using, and I just pulled some stickers from here just to put something on the page, but I was traveling, so I wasn't really in my planner this week at all. And then we have the current week, and this is how this one came out. Went back to the flowers, back to colorful boxes. This is like my happy place, is using these colorful boxes, flowers. I just feel like they help my brain to think. And that is the last page for this particular month. So we are going to pull out the month of June, and I am going to pull over the planner that this one is from. This is my life planner. Let me move this coffee. We pulled out the month of June, and we are going to add that back into this planner. And in the next video I post, I'm going to decorate this planner. But for now, we are going to move on to the next section that I have in here. And the next section is my vertical planner. Now, my vertical planner is one that I will use as my to-do list. On my overview page, I do have the work things that I am trying to complete. So this was a YouTube series that I started, and then I had some other things for the organized money, and then I had some other to-do lists that I need to complete. And I also have the book that I am currently reading. I am planning on doing a deeper dive into this book in the month of July. So that's going to be on the Organize You. And after this, we have my monthly spread. On my monthly spread, I keep track of my YouTube schedule on this page. This just tells me what I need to post and when I need to post it. And then after this, we have one really long to-do list. I just keep track of all of my to-dos. Anything that's kind of happening throughout the week, it's going to go in this particular planner. So I use this one really as a brain dump. I am just dumping everything that I could possibly think of onto these pages, and I'm checking them off as I go. And even sometimes when I am not in one planner, I might be in another. For this particular week, this was the week of Father's Day that I just showed you in my schedule planner. I wasn't really in that one at all, but I was writing different lists in this planner, and that is just because it's my brain dump. So I didn't decorate it really that much. You see, I have a couple of colorful boxes, but for this one, sometimes I will decorate it and sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll just jot down different things that are coming up. And then this is this current week, which once again, one really long to-do list. I'm just jotting down everything that's happening, all the notes from different things that is happening throughout the month. So the 12-month version of this planner looks like this. So we're gonna pull out a blank month, pop this in here. Okay, so my to-do planner is done. The next section I have is actually an insert. So I do have a daily planner, but I don't really use the monthly calendar of this particular planner because I don't have any need for it. So I only use the inserts. So the inserts are just these plan your days sheets, and I have a few old ones in here because I did not use this section at all for the month of June. As you can see, I had April, and then we had a couple of days in May that I used this, but I'm gonna just pull these sheets out, keep these in because I might need them for the month of July, but I really didn't use any daily sheets. So we're going to pop this one back into my insert binder that I use, and this is just where I will keep random inserts so that I can store them where I keep all of my planners. But we just had to pull out the sheets that I already used, and now this section is ready to go, and it's going to be the same thing for my habit tracker. I just started using my habit tracker again, so as you can see, I only have the one for this particular week, which I'm going to keep that in there, and I'm just going to pull out this front one, and I'm going to pop the habit tracker that's already used. So we are ready to go for the month of July with using my habit tracker. The next section is my content sheets. So this is a part of my social media notebook where I will keep up with just the different scripts that I want to film and talk over with you guys. So I will write down on these sheets when I am just planning out something that I need to film. And once I have finished it, I can move it over into my social media notebook. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to leave some blank pages in here, and I'm just going to pull out the sheets that I already used. Now the next section is my notes. So for my notes, I don't really share these too much because I have a lot of like client, church, and other types of information in here, and I really don't want to share that. But this is a bottom tab that I will use, and I just have blank pages in here. Like it's a bunch of blank pages so that I can write different things down that I need. Now this is from my monthly planner. Many times I have used my monthly planner in order to keep up with the different meetings and the different notes that I have. I go back and forth between using the monthly calendar here because sometimes I will use them to keep track of the meetings that I have, and sometimes I feel like it's too much and I won't use them at all. However, I do think that I am going to pop the monthly page back in here for the month of July, which I guess that means technically I'm using 5 planners instead of 4, but I feel like this one is more of a notes type of planner because I'm gonna keep these notes in here just in case I need them. Because a lot of times these notes are from meetings and other events that are coming up where I need to do certain things, and I don't necessarily want to get rid of them. And so we are going to move over the notes so that I still have them until after the event or after the thing is done, and then I will move them back over. But for the month of July, I am going to add back my monthly calendar so that I can keep up with the meetings that I have on this sheet. So I guess technically that's 5 planners, but the way that I use it, I don't feel like it's 5. I don't know, because I'm not really setting it up or planning. It's more of planning as I go. And so moving on to my faith planner. My faith planner is one that I feel like I did pretty good in for this month. Not my best after Father's Day because that's the week that I went out of town, but we have the summer money reset, which I did do this. I did a deep dive Bible study on this, and it really did help me with realigning my faith with my finances. And so this was the overview page where I was deciding what I was going to do. I did all of this. We have my verse of the day. Now this is the one where I kind of fell off around that Father's Day time, and that is because I was out of town, and once I was out of town, it was hard to kind of get back on track. But we still did pretty good for this month. month. And then we have my Bible studies. So my Bible studies were basically all on finances for this particular month. I did this one on finding your calling. I did this one on the habit of chasing money. I also had some financial principles from scripture that I wrote down. And then I think I also had a Bible study. Yeah, I did a Bible study on the story of Joseph in Genesis 41, and that one was on finances as well. So that was pretty good for the month of June, and we are going to pull out this month, and we are going to pull in the month of July. The next section that I have in here is my budget, and this is where I am keeping track of all of the money. We have my bill tracker, we have my saving trackers. I'm going to keep my saving trackers and my bill tracker in here, and we are just going to take out the month of June. So for the month of June, I did okay. I definitely was working off of my monthly calendar and my paycheck budgets this month. As you can see, I didn't even fill out my monthly budget, but I did use my paycheck budgets throughout the week. So every single time I got paid, I would use this, but I only did it for 3 weeks because that week that I was out of town, I really don't do anything in my planner when I go out of town, which is really bad. I probably should get into the habit of at least like looking at it more consistently, glancing at it, because I really do have everything in here, and it's very likely that I will forget something while I'm on vacation if I don't look at it. We're gonna pull out this month, add back in June, pop in the month of July. The last section that I have in here is my future section, and this is just where I keep all of my portrait style calendars for everything that's coming up for the rest of the year, because remember, there's only 1 month of every single planner in here. So this is where I keep all of my upcoming months. Now we're about to pull out the month of July when I set up the month of July in my planner. So that is my current planner setup, and y'all see how I store them. I have all of them in the cart next to me, and we are ready to go for the month. And in my next video, I'm going to start setting everything up. So I will see you all then. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye, guys.